Welcome y'all, Jay Boone down here at Emerald City Guitars in lovely downtown Seattle. It's a beautiful summer day out there, great time to be in the Northwest. And today I am going to feature a couple of custom guitars for my pick of the day. And what I have here are two pinup guitars made by hand in Idaho Falls, Idaho by my dear friend Eric Daw. So Eric builds me two guitars a month approximately and has for some years now. And Eric's are some of my favorite guitars. I personally own 5 of them. They're just fun to play. They have that true vintage feel. They sound great. They're meticulously designed and manufactured by Mr. Daw. To my right, we have the black maple board Angel. And to my left, we have the beautiful white maple board Carol. So Angel has a medium C neck profile and Carol has a soft V neck profile. So on both of these, Eric has put his 5-position switch in it. This is something that Eric did on one of my guitars and he's continued to do by our request because it's just a really neat setup. So in the farthest south or bridge position, you of course have the bridge pickup sound. Then in the second position is your out of phase sound. Middle position, both pickups on together. In the fourth position is what Eric calls his simulated strat sound, and it's a really cool strat tone there. And then of course, your far north position is the neck pickup only. Eric does variables on how you want your pickup selector wired from a traditional 3 to a 4 to a 5. Like the 5, it makes this guitar very versatile. So Eric just does a fantastic job. These are nitro finishes on both these guitars. They're both ash bodies, and Eric does his own finishes. He does his own pickups. He winds the pickups himself. He's been doing that for some time now. Makes his own bobbins. Does a great job aging the hardware. CTS pots. And aged Clouson tuners, which look very authentic. Both these guitars have a 7.25-inch neck radius, bone nut, aged beautiful by Mr. Daw. I like them a little aged, and Eric does just a fantastic job of doing the neck aging, and you can see how the pick guard looks really cool on this one, aged very well, as is the hardware. It looks very authentic. Pick Carol up here, kind of give you a look at her. Again, the really cool black aged pick guard. You can see it looks like some guy's been chicken picking on that thing for a long time. And this, of course, still has the same neck radius, 7.25. The aged Clouson tuners. Eric names all his guitars after, straight from the horse's mouth from Eric, after a woman he has known in his life, whether it be a great aunt, a grandma, a girlfriend, just interesting women in his life. And he puts the vintage pinup logos on the back of his guitars. And they're authentic 50s logos. Very cool. Does great finish checking on these. These are just great guitars. And I've sold these guitars over the years to some very prominent musicians that you would certainly recognize their names. I'm not going to drop their names, but they're guys that are playing them on stage in huge arenas around the world, guys and gals. It's really great to have a couple of these guitars in right now. And Eric also does a Strat style guitar that are excellent as well. I really dig his Telecaster style guitars. They're second to none. And Eric really nailed just the design and playability and total look of these things. And Eric was down here for 15 years with me, and he was my luthier, and he also was our vintage authentication expert. And I remember watching Eric over the years taking apart old Blackguards and old Strats, and I could see his mind working on what makes this a great guitar. And Eric took notes over the years, and when he finally started building his own guitars, he incorporated all that vast knowledge and intuition when he built his own designs. So we are very proud to carry these guitars. We do very well with them. They don't last long. If you're interested in one of these, give us a call. They're very reasonably priced for what they are. And everyone I've sold one of these guitars to, and as a user of his guitars myself, no one is disappointed. They all rave about them. So today we're going to have a demo through this 1966 Blackface Twin, great powerhouse amp there. And I just kind of pulled a guy out of the shop here who was in here with his wife. They came all the way from Boston and they're taking a cruise up to Alaska on one of the cruise ships, and he just wanted to stop in at Emerald City Guitars. He knows we have bursts down here. He knows we have tons of vintage Fender and just crazy cool gear. So he wanted to stop by, and I just heard him plunking around on a guitar, and I said, Steve, would you like to do a demo today for our YouTube video? Because everybody's tired of hearing my tired old chops. So Steve was kind enough to agree to sit down and play these two guitars to this old Fender Twin Reverb, and just a great example of a guy just coming in on vacation and playing some guitars and having some fun. So Steve, thank you so much. And without further delay, I'm going to turn it over to Steve and let him play these guitars for you. So there you have it, folks, my pick of the day. Two very recent pinups into our inventory from Eric Daw out in Idaho Falls, Angel and Carol, running through a 1966 Fender Twin Reverb amp. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.